How excited are you to join the district attorney's office?
Well, I'm really excited, and the reason I'm so excited is I was here back in 1985 to 1989, so I've kind of done full circle. I started, as I mentioned, in '85, worked for a little less than 4 years, primarily doing drug cases and then a lot of violent crime cases back then. And then I ended up working with the U.S. Attorney's Office for 21 years. So to me, to be able to come back after being a line attorney years ago, to me it's really exciting.
What do you hope to accomplish in your time here?
Well, I think a lot of us that have gone through years of working in a particular position talk to their colleagues and say, look, if I was the guy that was running the office or had some authority, this is how I would do it. So what I'm hoping to accomplish is some of the ideas that I've expressed over my lifetime. For example, I think that in this office, which has 21 attorneys aside from myself and Mark, and we're down a few attorneys because some are out ill, and the caseload being about 6,000 cases a year, you have to figure out a system where you can manage all that type of work and do it fairly for everybody involved. So I think that's one of my goals. It may be that the office is already doing that, and I'll just try to fine-tune that. So that's one of my goals. Another goal of mine, obviously, since we represent the community here, and I being a resident of the community, I want to make sure that we provide the best service we can to any individual in the community, to make sure that their rights are respected, and at the same time that we do whatever we can to make this community a safer and better community.
What do you think right now? Do you think all the departments are fully staffed? We always hear about sheriff's office, being understaffed, or Donegal County being so big and growing. How do you plan to keep these people safe?
Well, that's the trick, always, that in government, a lot of people, the general population, they expect all kinds of services. For example, people get upset when taxes are raised, and the reason they get upset is because they're losing a little bit more income. But at the same time, when their house is on fire, they want the fire department to come. Or when they call 911, they want the sheriff or the Las Cruces Police Department to come. So you have competing interests there. On the one hand, the individual blue-collar worker is struggling to make the ends meet. On the flip side, they want the services provided by a city, which the county and the city provide. So it's tough. It's tough. How we meet that is by refining and streamlining whatever processes we have, using to the maximum the resources that we have. And if we don't duplicate efforts, then I think we have a chance at meeting the needs of the community.
Are there any obstacles you see in Donegal County, region specific?
Well, having lived here for 34 years, and the county is an extremely big county. I think it's over 3,000 square miles. I think it's going to be hard on the sheriff's department. They have a newly elected sheriff, and I've met with him. And one of his strategies, I believe, is to start moving his people out into the county so that the county has police protection and access to police or law enforcement. Because I think the population of Las Cruces is a little bit over 100,000. The population of the county is probably, I was reading, 213,000 as of 2013. So that means you have over 50% of the population of the county in outlying areas, and the sheriff's department is responsible for that outlying area. So it's going to be difficult. I think that's going to be a hurdle that he'll have to overcome. And speaking with him, I think his plan's a pretty good plan on redistributing his resources that he has.
Anything stick out to you, coming back home in a sense? Anything you want to tackle? Any other issues you see, you want to address?
I don't know if anything sticks out because I was gone for 16 months as a special detail in Jamaica, helping them, the Jamaicans, work on some problems that they have there through the judicial system. For example, Jamaica in 2008, I believe, had the highest murder rate in the world per capita. Fast forward to 2014, and I think they're now ranked maybe number 7. So they are making inroads. When you look at a Jamaican trial calendar, you'll see murder, 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 murder. So when I come back home, having been out for 16 months, I'm reviewing all the murder cases that we have pending, but also all the other violent crimes, and trying to prioritize where we can dedicate resources so that we address any significant case. Which is not to say that a person who gets robbed of a wallet, that's not a significant case. But as everybody has to do, we prioritize and we try to figure out what we can best handle. And I think in this community, I love this community. I was, years ago I was on the hospital board, I was chairman of the hospital board. I've been involved in a number of activities in the community. So my heart is with the community, and I'm hoping that the community, if they have any questions, that they get a hold of us. And I think I even stated that in my the news release that they gave, that I welcome anybody in the community to contact me in particular if they want, or anybody in the office. And if they're not satisfied with whomever they contacted, they can get a hold of me. And I make a standing pledge that I'll get back to everybody, whomever contacts me, within 24 hours. And if I don't, there'll be, I'll give them a good reason why I didn't. And I may get back to you. Say you call Mr. Hayes and said, Mick, I have this concern. And I say, well, that's kind of a big problem you're asking me to look at. I may get back to you within 24 hours saying, look, I've got your inquiry, and I'm going to look into it. But at least you'll have something. And then I welcome people to then follow up with that, and we'll do our best to follow up with what we have.
Anything else you want people to know about you? I know you're new to the position, but your experience obviously speaks for itself.
Well, I would want everybody in the community to understand that to us here at the District Attorney's Office, that we are a team we're trying to do the best we can with the resources that we have. But that does not excuse us for failing in some particular act. And if we fail in some way, then I ask that anybody in the community get a hold of me and say, Mick, listen, we're a little concerned about this particular aspect. And then we'll be able to address it, because if we don't know where we're failing, then we'll continue to make that same mistake. So I hope that whomever in the community sees this, they'll contact us, and me in particular, if they have a concern.
Perfect. And that's it.